Fulham pulled off a thrilling 2-1 comeback over Brentford in a tense West London derby at Craven Cottage, with substitute Harry Wilson stealing the spotlight in the dying moments. It was a roller coaster of a match, with Brentford grabbing the lead early and defending it against an unrelenting Fulham side. Wilson's stunning 2-goal performance in stoppage time gave Fulham a victory that seemed almost impossible, leaving Brentford stunned and the Fulham fans celebrating wildly. From the opening whistle, Fulham dominated possession and applied pressure on Brentford, pushing them deep into their own half. Brentford seemed content to absorb the early pressure, sitting back in a defensive formation and waiting for an opportunity to counterattack. Despite Fulham's intense pressing, it was Brentford who struck first. With their first real chance in the 24th minute, Vitaly Janelt collected the ball well outside the penalty area and, with a quick glance at the goal, unleashed a perfectly placed shot that zipped past Bernd Leno. The goal was against the run of play and seemed to galvanize Brentford's confidence while frustrating Fulham's players and fans, who had been expecting an early goal for the home side. With Brentford now sitting even deeper to protect their lead, Fulham continued to dominate possession and repeatedly launched the ball into the box. They sent a total of 42 crosses into Brentford's penalty area throughout the match, but Brentford's defenders seemed to have an answer for every attack, clearing the ball time and again. Brentford's defense, organized and well-drilled, effectively shut down Fulham's attempts to penetrate the box, and with each missed chance, the tension in Craven Cottage grew. Fulham tried everything, moving the ball quickly through the midfield, switching play, and stretching Brentford's backline, but nothing seemed to break the deadlock. In a bold move, Fulham manager Marco Silva made a substitution in the 82nd minute, bringing on Harry Wilson for Reiss Nelson. Though not a move that initially seemed like it would change the game, Silva's decision to bring on Wilson would soon prove inspired. The Welsh midfielder, who had been limited to just 6 substitute appearances this season, immediately injected a fresh sense of energy and urgency into Fulham's play. As the game moved into stoppage time, Wilson positioned himself strategically in Brentford's box, waiting for an opportunity to make an impact. Finally, in the second minute of added time, Fulham's relentless persistence paid off. Adama Traoré whipped a hopeful cross into the box, and Wilson rose to meet it. With a deft touch, he flicked the ball over Brentford keeper Mark Flecken, sending it into the far post and leveling the score at 1-1. The Craven Cottage crowd erupted in celebration, and Wilson's goal reignited Fulham's fighting spirit. The equalizer felt like a reward for Fulham's constant pressure and commitment, but few could have predicted what was to come next. With the crowd still celebrating, Fulham surged forward again in search of a winner. Brentford, visibly shaken, scrambled to hold on to a point, but Fulham smelled blood. In the 7th minute of stoppage time, the ball once again found its way to Wilson in the box. This time, Wilson attempted a header, but the ball glanced off his shoulder and, almost miraculously, looped over Flecken and into the net. Fulham had done it. They had turned a 1-0 deficit into a 2-1 victory with just seconds to spare. Wilson's second goal sent the home fans into absolute ecstasy, with supporters celebrating wildly in the stands as Brentford players looked on in disbelief. For Wilson, the 2-goal performance was a personal triumph, especially given his limited playing time this season. Speaking to Sky Sports after the game, the Welsh midfielder reflected on his crucial goals and the incredible atmosphere in the stadium. It was an amazing feeling to come on and get the 2 goals to win the game. We deserved it, we kept them pinned in throughout, he said. Wilson humbly acknowledged the touch of luck involved in his second goal. The first one I just helped it on to the back post, and the second one was more lucky. I was trying to head it into the other corner, but it hit my shoulder and went in. Wilson also praised the Craven Cottage fans, saying, "The atmosphere was great all night, and that was up there with the best I've heard it." The victory was significant not only for the points but also for the confidence it instilled in Fulham's squad. Marco Silva's decision to bring on Wilson proved to be a tactical masterstroke, and his late-game heroics underscored the depth and resilience of Fulham's bench. Fulham's win moved them up to 9th place in the Premier League standings with 15 points, while Brentford slipped to 12th with 13 points. The match will be remembered as one of the most dramatic games of the season, a derby battle where Fulham's relentless attacking spirit ultimately overcame Brentford's disciplined defense. Fulham's fans left the stadium elated, their faith in the team reaffirmed by a performance that showcased heart, grit, and determination until the very last second. For Brentford, the loss was a bitter pill to swallow after holding their lead for nearly the entire match. Fulham's season so far has been marked by moments of both struggle and resilience, but Monday's thrilling finish could serve as a turning point. The comeback not only lifted Fulham into the top half of the table but also demonstrated their ability to dig deep and secure points even when time seemed to be running out. With renewed momentum, Fulham now look ahead to their next fixtures with a sense of belief and confidence, buoyed by one of the most memorable finishes in recent memory at Craven Cottage.